Hello students, today we continue our lecture on coordination chemistry. This lecture is presented by me, Panit Ghatak, your chemistry teacher. So let's begin. In today's class, we're gonna discuss about IUPAC nomenclature of the coordination compounds. Okay, so let's begin. As you can see from the slide itself, to begin with the nomenclature, we should have some rules to do that. Rule number 1, name the ligands first and put them in the alphabetical order. Okay. Rule number 2, add prefix for the ligands that appear more than once. Rule number 3, name the metal if the coordination sphere is cationic complex, then the metal name will be as it is. But if the coordination sphere is a anionic complex, then the name of the metal will be changed, and the name of the metal will be metal plus prefix plus ATE. Okay, like copper will become cuprate, like iron become ferrate. Okay, in similar with that. Rule number 4 tells us at oxidation state in the Roman numericals, and in the point number 5, as separate word write ion if not neutral or least counter ions. Okay, so what happens here? These are the rules. I have gone through all the rules in this slide as well. Okay, so before we start with the rules, okay, so first of all we need to have some generalistic idea about the coordination compound. Okay, so in a bracket there will be a third bracket, okay, and a counter anion or cation, that called A. Okay, so in between the third bracket, what is there is called as coordination sphere. Coordination sphere. In between the coordination sphere, one metal should be there and more than one ligand will be there. Okay, so in between the coordination sphere, one metal and more than one ligand can also be there. Okay, so what happens in all the cases here, in between the coordination sphere, if the coordination sphere is positive, then the name of the metal will not be changed. The metal name will be same as it is. If the coordination sphere is negative, if the coordination sphere is positive, the metal name will be same. But if the coordination sphere is negative, then the metal name will be changed and it will be added as 8, like iron become ferrate and copper become cuprate. Okay, so before we start, we should know that in the coordination sphere, the ions, the ligands, mainly the ligands will change. The name of the ligands will change. Okay, and the ligands will change by certain names, like chlorine becomes chloro, fluorine becomes fluoro, waters become aqua. Okay, so then this kind of changes occur in between the coordination sphere. Okay, so whenever we write a name of a ligand that is in the coordination sphere, suppose I give an example, suppose FeCl3. Okay, so Cl3 is in the coordination sphere itself. Okay, so here we cannot write chloride, we have to write chloro. Okay, so before we write and first of all we need to know, when we write the coordination sphere, we need to write the ligand first. First we have to write the ligand, then metal. Okay, at first we have to write the ligand name, then the ligand, then the metal's name. Okay, then the metal's name. Okay, So at first, what happened in case of FeCl3? Here we know the metal is iron and chlorine is a ligand. Okay, so here we have to name. So how many ligands are there? There is 3 chlorine ligands. Okay, so we have to write it trichloro. The name of the ligand will be trichloro because there are 3 chlorine ions present. We cannot write it as trichloride because when the chlorine is in the coordination sphere, the name of the ligand is changed from chloride to chloro. Okay, so trichloro iron. Okay, so this was the name of this group. Okay, and also one more thing, this all the coordination chemistry compounds are almost like salts. For example, if I take the common salt of NaCl, what is the name of NaCl? The common salt NaCl. The name of NaCl is sodium chloride, right? So here we have to name the cation first. Here we have to name, this is the Na plus is cation and Cl is anion. So here in the case of common salt as well, we have to name the cation first, then we have to write the anion's name. Okay, similarly here also in the coordination chemistry compounds, we have to write the positive ions, that is cation's name first, then we have to name the anion's name. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Here I have given you a list by which you can know if any ligand is in between the third bracket, that is in the coordination sphere, how the name will be changed. Like bromide will be bromo, carbonate will be carbonato, chloride will be chloro, cyanide will be cyano, fluoride will be fluoro, glycinate will be glycinato, hydroxide will be hydroxo, oxalate will be oxalato, thiocyanate thiocyanato or isothiocyanato. Okay, and ammonia will be amine. This is very much important. Water is aqua, carbon monoxide carbonyl. Okay, ethylene diamine will be ethylene diamine as well, but ethylene diamine in the short it will write as En. Okay, so in this type of conversion will occur when a ligand is in the coordination sphere. Okay, and along with that we have to add some prefix, like when if there is more than one ligand is there, more than one type of ligand is there in the coordination sphere. Suppose here copper F6 CuF6 is there, so more than one fluorine ligand is there, so we have to add some prefix. The prefix will be here hexa. Okay, so if the number of ligand is 2, then is di, 3 tri, 4 tetra, 5 penta, and 6 hexa. So in this kind of format we have to add the prefix as well for the ligand. And remember, at first we have to write the cation's name, first cation, then anion, and there will be a gap in between them. Okay, a gap. And whenever the coordination sphere is negative or positive, doesn't matter, write down the ligand's name first along with the prefix, then the metal name. Okay, and after that after the metal name you write down the oxidation state of the metal. Okay, so here you can see, here in the case of PtNH3 whole base 2 Cl2. Okay, here we have find that there are two types of ligands, because platinum is a metal, this ammonia and chlorine both are the ligands. Okay, so here when we have to write the names of the ligands, we have to know which name of the ligand, which ligand's name will be written first. According to the rules, we have to write them alphabetically. So here NH3, the name of the NH3 is amine and the name of Cl is chloro. So amine starts with A and chloro starts with C. So alphabetically we have to write the name of amine first. Okay, so how many amine is there? The number of amine is 2, because here It's 2 is NaC is there. So dichloro, sorry, this first thing is wrong. This is not correct. This is wrong. So this will be the exact IUPAC name. So what will be them? Diamine dichloro, because chlorine, the number of chlorine is also 2. So diamine dichloroplatinum. Okay, so this is the way to write the IUPAC name, and this 2 is the oxidation number of the platinum metal. Here in the case of this element, this compound, here we see there is TiH2 whole base 6 Cl3. Okay, so at first Cl3, there is chlorine, we know Cl minus, so this is a negative part and this is the positive part. Okay, so we have to write the positive part first, which contains the coordination sphere as well. So in the coordination sphere, 6 water ligand is being there. Okay, so you have to write the water ligand first. So water, when water is in the coordination sphere, its name changes to aqua. Okay, so 6 water, that is 6 aqua, 6 is being denoted as hexa. So hexa, aqua, titanium, there is 3. This 3 is the oxidation number, and chloride. Remember here the chloride is not in the form of chloro, because this chlorine is not in the coordination sphere, not in between the third bracket. Okay, so this chlorine will not be acted as a ligand, it is only acted as a counter anion. So when a element is not in the form of ligand in the coordination sphere, it will not, the name of that element will not be changed. Okay, so here, as it is acting as a counter anion, the name of the chlorine will be only changed to the chloride, because it is the original name of Cl minus ion. Okay, similarly in the next example, where K3COFe whole base 6. Okay, so here K3, there is potassium. Okay, so the potassium is positive. So potassium, we have to write the potassium first, then we should start with the coordination sphere. So start with the coordination sphere, we have to see the ligand. So which ligand is there? Fluorine. So the name of the fluorine will be fluoro, because it is in the coordination sphere. So how many numbers of fluorine is there? 6. So the hexafluoro cobalt. But here the coordination sphere is negative, as I have said that by the rules, if the coordination sphere is negative, then we have to change the name of the metal to add some prefix, that is 8. Okay, so add some suffix, that is 8. Okay, so what will be the name? This cobalt will be changed as cobalate. Okay, so the name of the compound will be potassium. This is potassium hexafluorocobalate. Okay, and this is the oxidation state. Okay, so this is the last example of this topic. Here the compound is K3Al(C2O4) whole base 3. So K3, obviously this is a metal, potassium, so potassium will be positive and this will be negative. This coordination sphere will be negative. So potassium, it will be written as it is, and then we start with the coordination sphere. So when we start with the coordination sphere, we have to start with the ligand first. Here 3 oxalate ligand is there. The name of the oxalate will be oxalato, and the number of oxalate ligand is 3. So oxalato, because 3 and oxalate, so it is named as oxalato, oxalato aluminate, because this aluminum, this will be not will be called as aluminum, because the coordination sphere is negative, so it will be added 8. So oxalato aluminate 3. This is the oxidation state of the aluminum itself, of the metal itself. Okay, so this is the topic of the day. I have discussed the rules and regulations of the IUPAC nomenclature, and I will also show some of the examples as well. I hope you have understood this part very well. If you have any kind of doubt regarding this topic, please ask your doubts in the comment section below, and also please read and revise this slide and this note carefully so that you get a clear idea on that topic as well. Okay, so thank you very much.